Yo, what is up internet? Welcome back to the channel, and on this channel I hope to do hopefully some pretty crazy Karen freakouts, and I have a little tiny taster of that. Not a real like honest to goodness wailing in a Walmart Banshee style Karen, but something along the lines of harassing a fast food worker, and maybe not quite harassing, just being an extremely annoying person, because I saw a clip of some random TikToker who obviously lots of people who are at least somewhat popular on TikTok have about 100,000 followers. They take their phone with them everywhere and record every second of their lives. They don't ever get away. It's like that woman who crashed her car because she just wouldn't look up from her phone because she was texting. So yeah, that's just what we have. I have a tiny little clip from a TikToker who's just so self-absorbed and such an asshole that it just really breaks my heart to see fast food workers deal with this shit.
Oh, there's too much ice. Too much ice. Too much ice. Get that back. That's too much ice. Do not play with me. Do not play with me. That's too much ice. I said light ice.
Don't worry, the cringe you're feeling right now is absolutely necessary. It's just a natural response when you see someone like this acting like that over too much ice in a drink. Now this guy's name is Jay Laurent or whatever. I guess he has a pretty similar name to another TikTok creator on the platform, which I don't think is as popular and nowhere near as big of an asshole as him, who has been getting a lot of hate recently because he has almost pretty much the exact same name and nobody knows the difference. And he actually put a video out saying like, hey, I'm not that guy. Please stop sending hate comments talking about some I got enough ice or whatever in my drink. But I think due to this specific clip of him going viral in the wrong way, I think TikTok banned his account, or he decided to take it down for himself, probably because he was getting too much hate because he deserves it, because he's an asshole. Now a lot of people might be wondering, well, what the hell is the big deal? I mean, it isn't a big deal. It is not a big deal. In fact, ice is a God-given gift in my own personal opinion. I love my drinks cold. I like to drink cold water, cold soda, cold Gatorade, cold whatever, cold coffee, everything cold, unless it's like 32 degrees outside and like icicles are forming everywhere, then maybe I'll drink something hot. But most everything I drink is extremely cold, and I like it that way. I can never have too much ice. Now this guy arguing about the fact that there's too much ice in his drink, he asked for quote unquote light ice. What the hell does that mean? Light ice. Normal people usually fill up the cup of ice with like half of it. They normally fill up half the cup of ice and then the rest of it with the drink. Now I can understand if you're a little peeved about the whole cup being filled with ice, but judging by that drink, which I couldn't even tell what that was like a Sprite or water or something, then yeah, if it was filled to the brim with ice, like comically filled, then yeah, I might be a little annoyed at that. But again, even that isn't anything to be mad about. And the way this guy is clapping his hands saying like, don't play with me, don't play with me, dude, you're not gonna do anything, dude. You're not gonna get out of your car and go in and deal with it yourself. You know why? Because you're a little bitch, okay? You're just gonna sit in your car from the comfort of your own vehicle and act like a pussy. That's what you do, okay? Yeah, you're not gonna do anything. Clapping his hands together like he's gonna go in there and bitch slap the worker who put too much ice in his drink. Now for me, unless it's absolutely obviously one-sided, then yeah, I will obviously go in a direction. But before I come to a conclusive result in who's in the wrong and who's in the right, it's obvious who's in the wrong, which in this case, it's that TikToker douchebag. But the situation could be a little different than what we know, because there could be several reasons why someone wouldn't want a lot of ice in their drink. Some of those reasons include dilution, because when the ice inevitably melts at some point, it will dilute the drink, and the drink will just taste bland and just not very good. Then there's also the refrigerated taste that can sometimes come with ice when it's, from the machine. It has an undesirable taste from the freezer, and then it gets into the drink, and then it makes it taste goofy. Then there's also temperature preference. Not everyone likes a fucking blizzard drink like me, forged from the ice of Antarctica. Not everyone wants that. But there's also like the myth that goes around, like I don't know if it's a myth, it probably isn't, but the less drink for the price sort of thing, because the more ice you put in the cup, the less drink you're gonna get when they actually pour it, and then eventually the space of the cup is gonna be taken up from the ice, and then you get less drink. And then there could also be like health problems too, like teeth sensitivity or brain freeze, or sometimes ice will cause digestive issues as well. It could be a multitude of reasons why this guy doesn't doesn't like a lot of ice in his drink. The only thing I have a problem with is the way he dealt with it, because this is something that shouldn't cause anger or anything like that. This is a minor inconvenience, in which I don't even see it as an inconvenience. This is just something like, say, hey, there's too much ice, could you please put less ice in it? Or like even say, hey, that's too much ice for me, could you next time not put too much ice? Like, that's something so easily dealt with, it doesn't make sense to be angry over. But I don't know. I think it's just the fame of TikTok, because I think this guy had like 100,000 something followers on his TikTok page. So I think the fame was getting to his head a little bit, and it was driving him a little nuts. I always try and make sure I'm nice to all fast food workers and or customer service workers, like the people who work at Walmart or Target. They just lead horrible lives if they have to work there, because then they have to deal with children like this guy. So I always make sure I'm as nice as possible and make their job as easy as possible, so that they can actually be in a good mood. Because I, for one, who has personal experience working at Target, I know what it's like. I've dealt with dickheads from all over the place, dude. So I know what it's like to deal with these assholes. So I always try and make sure that I make their lives as easy as possible. But yeah, that's just a tiny little clip with a lot to talk about, actually, in my own personal opinion. But yeah, hopefully this is a lesson he learns not to treat fast food workers like shit. So maybe he'll be a little nicer next time when they pour too much ice in his drink. But yeah, that's it for me. Hopefully we'll get more Karen videos in the future if I can find them. But yeah, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.